Hello everybody, BrioS here, and today I take a look at the ever popular Timberwolf from the Warden Pack. And with this unique, gloriously bright pattern, this is the Timberwolf Bounty Hunter Special Edition. Not only does it come with a unique pattern, and it also comes with a 30% C-bill bonus, great for grinding MC and, or rather grinding C-bills, and this is a pretty darn good mech. And with this kind of camouflage, all you can say is, screw camo, and let's go out onto the battlefield brighter than most people's future. And to make things even more interesting, I put on all the 5 Elemental Bolt-ons, and by the way, you can change the colors, so I chose a gloriously bright pink color. And I like this guy, look at him, he's like thug life, you know. But anyway, the Bounty Hunter is unique because it actually has ECM in the right torso, which is pretty darn good, but you actually lose the jump capability of the Timber C. So the Timber C is also really good, so whatever you run on this, you can run on the Timberwolf C and you get a jump jet instead of ECM. But this mech is a pretty darn good mech, but it also sees a new direction in terms of bolt-ons, unique bolt-ons, and also a new direction in quirks, because you get some armor quirks on the Timberwolf Bounty Hunter. The left torso actually gets a 8-point armor quirk, and the right torso gets a 5-point armor quirk. So this is actually a test for the quirks, the new quirks, and soon you'll see new quirks coming into the other Timberwolf variants. And I really hope that the torso mounts of the other Timberwolves, especially the Timber A left torso, gets armor quirks, because that's the flaw of the Timber. The Timberwolf torsos are really easy to pick up, so they deserve a bit of survivability boost. But anyway, many people have been running different builds on this, and if you go to MechLab, I'll show you some of the most common builds. For example, the most common build you'll see is actually the 2 large pulse 5 medium pulse build with about 20 double heatsinks and ECM. The flaw of this is that the range sync is pretty bad, medium pulses being pretty short range and the large pulses pretty long range. So you gotta close in to do that damage. But it's very common because of the 7.5% heat reduction quirk for all pulse lasers. So this is a build you probably see the most often on the battlefield. Another one that is pretty darn good is the 2 large pulse 5 ER medium variant. And this is good because the 5 medium gives a lot of damage and the range syncs up with the large pulse lasers. And with 25 double heat sinks, this guy honestly is a beast with that ECM. And one thing about ECM, with the ECM giving you some protection from detection at shorter ranges, it's best to use ECM with long range weapons. And that brings to mind my final build, which I'm going to showcase today. For you guys today, I have the build I consider superior to the other 2 builds, or not really superior. I like the 5 ER medium build, but I like this also. And this is a 4 large pulse laser build with ECM and 19 double heatsinks. And this build allows you to engage the enemy at about 600 meters with the large pulses, doing full damage. And with the ECM, they will have problems detecting you. So you put some range between you and the enemy, and you keep pummeling them with large pulses in 2 groups of 2, or you can even alpha them, and it's pretty darn cool. Large pulse lasers having the ghost heat penalty reduced by a bit. That's the unique thing about large pulses. And with the 2 large pulses in the right arm and the left arm having nothing, you can offload the armor on the left arm for additional tonnage. So this is the build I'm going to showcase to you, and you're going to show some. I'm going to show you some gameplay with this build. And that being said, let's get down to the skills. In addition to the 7.5% pulse heat reduction, and that's why the Bounty Hunter does best with pulse weapons, this skill tree of 36 SPS into firepower also gives me an additional 8.4% heat reduction with this configuration. I got a few additional cooldown nodes, so this guy fires with a cooldown bonus of negative 7.2%, making use of the 4 large pulses to pummel the enemy at long range, and you can do quite a lot that way before they realize it. And because you want to fight at long range, I put 10% into range, allowing you to engage at about 600 meters optimal, 1002 more or less at maximum range. And one thing I like to play mobility, I think a lot of people realize this. I like people like Baradol and TTB, I do favor mobility, so I put 13 SPS into mobility 3. Yeah, but I think if you want to, you can put that into survivability for additional armor. But anyway, this is my style and it is what it is. So with this bonus, as you know, with this 13 SPs rather, it gives me an XL bonus of 10.5%, DCL bonus of 14, and a turn rate of 24%. allowing you to move from cover to cover and, well, reposition as you pummel the enemy with those large pulse lasers. Because this is obviously a hot build, we go for the full operations of 20 for heat, very common among many players, 5 nodes of coolrun for 10% heat dissipation bonus, and 5 nodes of heat containment for 15% additional heat capacity, which is pretty darn decent. As for sensors, 13 SPs for the 2 nodes of enhanced ECM systems, and yes, you can actually remove this and get sensor range, but I'll just leave it as it is. And finally, for auxiliary, you could actually put 9 SPs into auxiliary, and that's what I'm using. I'm not getting the cool shot cooldown because it's actually pretty cool, this build, as you'll see. And with 2 cool shots and 2 strikes, you are quite versatile in terms of ability to engage the enemy and pummel them with strikes, and also cooling down when necessary. So that's it. Simple build, the Bounty Hunter with ECM and 4 large pulse lasers. The key advantage over other builds is the ability to engage the enemy at long range. And one thing about this build I forgot to mention, the Bounty Hunter has pretty low weapon mounts, and because of that, try not to hill hump, try to corner peek, because as you can see, the mounts are below the cockpit. So by the time you can fire these 2 large pulses, the enemy can see your cockpit and above, especially your side torsos. So if you're gonna hill hump, this back is at a disadvantage, and you'll see that in the first gameplay. And if possible, try to corner peek, because you can fire the large pulse lasers as you turn around the corner, preferably using the right side, favoring the right side. And yeah, so that's it. So anyway, that's it guys. So let's get down to the gameplay, and I'll show you that the 4 large pulse laser Bounty Hunter with ECM is a really valid build. But if you're not familiar with the 4 large pulses, you can run the 5 ER medium 2 large pulse variant also. Pretty darn violent. So anyway, with that being said, let's get down to the gameplay, and I'll show you some Elemental and Timberwolf action. So let's go. And here I find myself on the enhanced Cannon Network map for the very first showcase match. And one thing about this map, most people actually run to the right, but as you'll see in this match, we're gonna go to the left, which is actually a pretty strong route also. And talking about this team, I'm actually dropping in a 4-man in this match with some great people, including Scott, my good old buddy, running a classic laser vomit Hellbringer. I'll be working together with him, sharing armor and stuff, and also AndiMech and Yorshka in some giant stompy robots of death. And one thing about this build, as I mentioned in the earlier segment, it has a range of 605 with skills, and with the ECM, you can support the big chunky boys like this Annihilator as they push forward, and giving them some nice long range support.
New target acquired.
Should normally go left. I have range, so let's go left a bit. Yep, left guys, 5 line. So moving to my left here, ideally I want the big guys in front holding the line as I trade at longer range, like with Delta. Pulse Timber, Delta go for legs. Medium pulses. Oh, I fell down. I will range builds like that. Gotta use the range to your advantage with this build. Let the team engage first.
New target acquired.
Gonna corner peek. Shadowcat doesn't see me, probably because my ECM. Full damage, blows off an arm. Shadowcat right torso hurts. He's spotted. Delta 5. That Mad Cat or Marauder covers my corner. Gonna fall back a bit. Fights in Delta 5. That's a Marauder 2 in the middle. Warning Scott, who's gonna share armor with me. Taking turns to corner peek. Now an Atlas. So holding this corner as I deal some damage at range. Gonna share armor with Scott here. Who is this? That's Scott. He fires, falls back, then it's my turn. They're pushing left guys. Left. Delta 6. But enemy is seeing me, they're pushing us, so it's time to fall back. Yeah, Scott, fall back, fall back. Scott's Hellbringer doesn't have much range, so he's at a bit of a disadvantage. But I'll need his armor and his firepower when they start to push. If they push. If you look at the minimap, team is holding nicely. No NASCAR. Come Scott, let's trade again.
New target acquired.
So it's time to work this corner again. Picking out targets along the range. Not to worry about return fire. Not much damage. They don't have range.
Artillery strike activated.
Scott focus on the Fafnir, but be careful. Trying to get Scott to focus fire with me. Dropping a strike.
Critical damage. New target
Hotel please,
acquired.
if you have lerms. Hotel. Charlie 5.
Push on the left side, we're falling back.
Yeah, we need more reinforcements.
Target
Left side.
acquired.
Kind of a tense moment here. They could push me, but there's only Scott and me in this corner.
Artillery strike online.
They're trying to push with their
Artillery
Atlas in their left
strike
torso, please.
activated.
Yeah, but they don't see me. They're too distracted by my main force. in their right torso now. They have two atlases trying to push through, but at this range I do full damage.
Heat level critical.
Scott keep falling back. Yeah, doing a lot of punishment to
New
them.
target acquired.
1-2 though.
Heat level
They have a 1 mech
critical.
advantage.
Override engage. New target acquired.
One summon over there, good
Level
position.
critical.
Gonna have to harass him.
Override shutdown.
His PPCs could do quite a bit of damage to the team.
Override engage.
So
New
running
target
hot.
acquired.
And here's the enemy push. Time to run, fall back.
Destroyed.
Oh, why are you behind me, Scott?
Attackers prime. Target spotted.
Run, Scott, run. Turn tail, run. So a tactical retreat around this second corner. Okay, now we turn around. Then it's time to turn and fight. 7-3. Same old thing, Scott.
New target acquired.
Atlas is CT golf. Yeah, there's
Target
their push
destroyed.
stalled. My team on my right on the hill really punished them as they tried to push my position earlier. Counter push now, Scott.
Target spotted.
Let's go,
Target
9-3.
destroyed.
So it's 10-3.
New
Time to move in,
target
try to
acquired.
get a kill or two. Yeah, we got this. Easy peasy.
Target spotted.
The bait them and run. Yep, I've actually got
New
quite a lot of
target
armor. So just gonna
acquired.
rush in.
Target destroyed.
Good one, team. Quite a storm, 12-3. So that was pretty good coordination and positioning by the team, holding the top while me and Scott held this corner, trading and smashing them instead of NASCARing, allowing me to do 1024 damage, no kills but 4 KMDDs, and a pretty impressive match score of 603. And by the way, AndiMech and Yorshka are also streamers. You can find the link to their Twitch channels in the description below. But anyway, let's move on to the next match. So here I am again on the Canyon Network map. It's a really popular map apparently. So as you can see from the minimap, the team is moving to the right, which is the normal way they tend to move. But as I showed earlier, you can actually go to the left. But never mind, I'm actually solo dropping this time, so I'm just going to follow the team, call targets and just deal damage to the enemy. Do what I can as a member of the Puck family. And as I mentioned, this build has a range of 605 meters, 1002 maximum. And if you have range like this build, you can actually take the high ground and basically trade before you move in, moving from cover to find a better position. And that's what I'm doing in this particular match. So standing at the top, hugging this rock, exposing my right side so my 2 large pulse in the right arm can do some damage to Alpha there. But it's time to reposition, and I'm gonna follow this Atlas here.
They're mainly Echo 4 heading to Delta 4, Delta 5.
When an Atlas pushes forward, it's great to support. They do best with support, and they can really soak a lot of damage for you.
New
Target
target
spotted.
acquired.
Target spotted.
But with the range of this build, I want to do maximum damage at long range before I close in. And they got a blip at Charlie 3 on my left. So I've got to cover the Charlie 3 side. From here I can check out many angles, left to right, middle. But they normally push through Charlie 3, Charlie
Target
4.
Target
acquired.
spotted.
Mediums and lights normally.
Need assistance. Target spotted.
Yet again
Target
favouring the
spotted.
right side so I can fire my right arm large pulse lasers.
Target acquired.
Team is a bit spread out, we need a bit of focus.
Charlie 3 has a mix. Charlie 3.
Target spotted.
And there it is. Delta 1 Arctic Cheetah rushing in, trying to engage our Cougar. But he's
Delta right leg.
He's taking quite a bit of damage. Cougar runs, tries to bring it to me.
Artillery strike.
Armchair Expert drops a strike,
Base
but I
is
run
being
away from it.
captured.
Target spotted.
Tries to make a break for it. Takes a bit of damage. Horrible shooting by me, but he made a mistake. He stays to fight. I don't think
Delta
he,
licks.
don't think he really notices my timber that much actually. But it's too late for him.
Base is being captured.
He's gonna go down. He's in a really bad position. But he pulled 3 of us away to engage him, which might cost us the match. So gotta take him out fast. Not the best shooting by me, but I get the kill.
Target destroyed.
Initiate enhanced imaging.
I like the Warhorn.
Those enemy base, please join us.
Target acquired.
Fights at Charlie 3, Delta 4.
New
So here they
target
come.
Echo in Delta 4.
There's one Phoenix Hawk, not paying attention. Full alpha into his left
Acquired.
torso.
Foxtrot left torso.
Probably caught it.
New target acquired.
Slightly out of
Artillery
optimal
strike
range,
activated.
but I can still do
Echo?
damage. Echo to echo.
Target spotted.
As you can see from the heat bar, it's not really hot, especially if you fire 2x2, these large pulses.
New
It's a good
target
build, by the way.
acquired.
Target spotted.
Similar to the
New
4 large
target
pulse
acquired.
Manu.
Target spotted.
Artillery strike online.
There goes the Phoenix Hawk. True enough, left torso scored.
Focus efforts Charlie 4, please.
New target acquired.
Target
A
spotted.
bit of calls to get the team to focus. Enemy is in a bad position, stuck at Charlie 4 low. 3-3 though. There's
Charlie
Charlie.
is really hurt, Timber.
Target spotted.
There's Charlie. Favoring my right side so I can fire my right arm 2 large pulses.
Artillery strike.
Classic corner picking
New
skills.
target acquired.
Target spotted.
Oh, that's Malayan. So a few mechs stuck in the low ground. One more shot for
Charlie,
Charlie.
one more shot.
One more shot on Charlie. Can I?
Target
Yeah.
destroyed. New target
Charlie 4 low.
acquired.
Low signal, so there's probably
4-4 though, we need reinforcements.
probably something here.
Those 2 assaults are in the low
New
ground.
target acquired.
Catapult
it
to
is.
stick.
Yet again, not paying attention. Blow off his left torso. But it's an LFE Phoenix Hawk. Switching off arm lock so I can shoot down. He tries to make a run for it. But with 81 kph and the Phoenix Hawk losing speed, he can't run. He stays to fight.
Initiate enhanced imaging.
Charlie 4 Kilo Timber, left torso.
But the,
Hotel CT Atlas.
but the result is
New
inevitable.
target acquired.
Still close. Hotel
Target
first.
destroyed.
Thank you.
Still a close match, 8-6.
Target acquired.
Max below me. Gonna focus on the Marauder 2C there. No point.
Spotted Mech. Marauder 2.
No point me rushing
Marauder
forward
2C that is.
because they're max below.
Charlie
Me.
4.
Warning, incoming missile.
Need assistance.
Delta 3 guys, need your support. Charlie 4.
Twisting the limb damage. Playing cautiously here.
Target acquired. Warning, incoming missile.
Took a bit too much damage, trading badly there. Got a bit
Archer
greedy.
Golf, right
Warning,
torso.
incoming
Gone.
missile.
Left torso now.
New target acquired.
There's Lima.
Target
Warning,
spotted.
incoming missile.
They know my position, so I'm gonna find a new rock.
Mechs are stuck in Charlie 4 low. Enemy.
New target acquired.
Team is coming to my aid,
Incoming missile.
but managed to nick another kill.
Target
Acquired.
spotted.
Lima there. He's distracted, that Mad Dog. One more shot, can I?
Target destroyed.
Nah.
Thank you, team.
So that was classic corner picking, favoring the right side because my weapons are there, so I can fire my 2 right arm large pulses with minimal exposure of my torsos. 923 damage, that's nice. 4 kills, 2 solo, 4 KMDD, 12 components, almost 600,000 C-bills. A very, well, noble performance. And a nice match score of 572. So that's it, ladies and gents, for the 4 large pulse ECM Timberwolf from the Warden Pack. Not only is it tactically flexible, but it's also really violent and able to smash the enemy at multiple range brackets. All this with that wonderful, unique pattern and those cute, adorable elementals hanging around. So anyway, till next time guys, try different builds, have fun, and don't get too salty. Till then, I'll see you guys on the battlefield. Ciao.